First contact. The vast expanse of space had always beckoned humanity, a siren call that whispered of endless possibilities and untold wonders. For centuries we had gazed at the stars, dreaming of the day we would venture beyond our own solar system. Little did we know that our first step into the galactic community would come not from our own explorations, but from an unexpected visitor. It was a crisp autumn morning when Dr. Elena Vasquez, lead astronomer at the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico, noticed an anomaly in the data streaming across her monitors. At first, she dismissed it as a glitch, a common occurrence in the complex world of radio astronomy. But as she dug deeper, her heart began to race. "This can't be right," she muttered, her fingers flying across the keyboard as she ran diagnostics and cross-referenced the signal with known celestial phenomena. But no matter how many times she checked, the conclusion remained the same. They were receiving a message from deep space, and it was undeniably artificial. Within hours, observatories around the world confirmed Elena's findings. The signal was strong, clear, and unmistakably intended for Earth. As governments scrambled to respond and the media whipped itself into a frenzy, a team of linguists and cryptographers worked tirelessly to decipher the message. After 3 days of non-stop work, Dr. Aidan Chen, a brilliant young polyglot with a knack for pattern recognition, cracked the code. The message was an invitation, extended to humanity by a coalition of alien races known as the Galactic Council. They had been watching Earth for centuries, waiting for the right moment to make contact. Now they deemed us ready to join the interstellar community, but first we had to prove ourselves worthy. The news sent shockwaves through human society. Some celebrated this new era of possibility, while others feared what contact with an advanced alien civilization might mean for humanity. Debates raged in parliaments and living rooms alike. Should we accept the invitation? Were we ready for what lay beyond our own world? In the end, the decision was made. Humanity would meet the Galactic Council. The next few months were a whirlwind of activity as Earth prepared for its first official delegation to the stars. A team was assembled, representing the best and brightest our planet had to offer. Dr. Elena Vasquez, the astronomer who first detected the signal, was an obvious choice. Joining her were Dr. Aidan Chen, whose linguistic skills would be invaluable, and Commander Zara Okonkwo, a decorated military officer with a background in diplomacy. Rounding out the team were Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a renowned biologist specializing in extreme environments, and Elon Carver, a charismatic entrepreneur whose innovations in sustainable energy had revolutionized life on Earth. Together, they would be humanity's ambassadors to the stars. As the departure date approached, the chosen 5 found themselves at the heart of a media storm. Every detail of their lives was scrutinized, their past achievements celebrated, and their potential shortcomings debated endlessly by armchair experts. Through it all, they remained focused on the monumental task ahead. The night before launch, Elena stood alone on the observation deck of the Space Center, gazing up at the stars. Tomorrow, she would be up there, venturing further than any human had gone before. The thought filled her with both excitement and trepidation. Nervous? A voice asked from behind her. Elena turned to see Zara, the starlight reflecting off her dark skin and close-cropped hair. Elena smiled ruefully. Terrified, she admitted, but also ready, I think. We've prepared as much as we can. Now it's time to take the leap. Zara nodded, her expression serious, but her eyes alight with anticipation. Whatever's out there, we face it together. For all of humanity. As dawn broke on launch day, millions around the world tuned in to watch the historic event. The sleek spacecraft, christened the Horizon, stood proudly on the launch pad, a testament to human ingenuity and the culmination of years of technological advancement. Inside, the 5 members of Earth's delegation strapped themselves in, each lost in their own thoughts as the final countdown began. Aidan's fingers twitched, as if longing for a pen and paper to capture the alien languages he would soon encounter. Yuki closed her eyes, mentally reviewing everything she knew about xenobiology. Elon's mind raced with ideas for potential technological exchanges. T-10, 9, 8. The voice of mission control echoed through the cabin and around the world. Elena's hand found Zara's, squeezing tightly as the engines roared to life. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. The horizon surged upward, breaking free from Earth's gravity in a blaze of light and sound. As the blue sky faded to the inky blackness of space, Elena felt a profound sense of awe. They were on their way, carrying the hopes and dreams of an entire planet with them. Little did they know that their journey would not only change the course of human history, but also challenge the very foundations of the Galactic Council itself. As the horizon accelerated towards its rendezvous with destiny, the 5 ambassadors of Earth prepared themselves for whatever lay ahead, ready to show the universe what humanity was truly capable of. The first leg of their journey passed in a blur of training simulations and strategy sessions. The Galactic Council had provided coordinates for a massive space station located in a distant star system, where representatives from various alien races would gather to meet and evaluate Earth's delegation. As they neared their destination, anticipation and tension mounted within the horizon. Aiden pored over the linguistic data they had been given, determined to master as many alien languages as possible before their arrival. Yuki meticulously prepared her medical kit, accounting for any potential biological incompatibilities they might encounter. Elon tinkered with prototypes of human technology, hoping to showcase Earth's innovative spirit. Zara and Elena spent long hours discussing diplomatic strategies, acutely aware that their actions would shape humanity's place in the galactic community. The weight of their responsibility was immense, but so too was their determination to succeed. 17 days after leaving Earth, alarms chimed throughout the horizon, signaling their approach to the Galactic Council's space station. As one, the crew rushed to the observation deck, eager for their first glimpse of alien architecture. What they saw took their breath away. The space station was a marvel of engineering, a massive structure that dwarfed anything humanity had ever built. It resembled a giant, glittering snowflake, with crystalline arms stretching out in all directions. Ships of various sizes and designs fitted between the arms, a testament to the diversity of life they were about to encounter. "It's beautiful," Yuki whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Elon nodded, his mind already racing with questions about the station's power source and construction techniques. And the engineering, it's centuries beyond what we're capable of. As they drew closer, a melodic chime echoed through the horizon's communication systems. Aiden's fingers flew across the console, decoding the incoming message. "They're welcoming us," he announced, a grin spreading across his face. "And they're impressed by our punctuality." Apparently, some species have a hard time with interstellar navigation on their first trip. Elena couldn't help but smile. It was a small victory, but an encouraging start nonetheless. Following the transmitted instructions, Zara skillfully piloted the horizon into one of the station's docking bays. As the airlock sealed and the bay repressurized, the 5 humans exchanged nervous glances. This was it, the moment they would make first contact with alien life. The airlock door slid open with a soft hiss, revealing a welcoming committee unlike anything they could have imagined. 3 alien beings stood before them, each wildly different from the others. The first was tall and slender, with iridescent skin that seemed to shimmer with every movement. 4 arms extended from its torso, each ending in delicate, multi-jointed fingers. Its large, almond-shaped eyes regarded the humans with unmistakable curiosity. Beside it stood a being that appeared to be made entirely of interlocking crystalline structures, constantly shifting and realigning. It had no discernible face, yet the humans felt its attention focused keenly upon them. The third alien was the most surprising of all, a swirling mass of what looked like luminescent gas, somehow holding a humanoid shape. Tendrils of light pulsed rhythmically through its form, creating patterns that were almost hypnotic to watch. Aiden stepped forward, his voice steady as he greeted them in the common galactic language he had studied so diligently. To the humans' relief and pride, the aliens responded warmly, welcoming them to the Galactic Council station. As introductions were made and pleasantries exchanged, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of an extraordinary adventure. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger universe, and the possibilities that lay ahead were both thrilling and daunting. With their alien guides leading the way, Earth's ambassadors stepped onto the station proper, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them in the heart of the Galactic Council. The fate of humanity now rested in their hands, and they were determined not to let their species down. Elon nodded, his mind already racing with questions about the station's power source and construction techniques. And the engineering, it's centuries beyond what we're capable of. As they drew closer, a melodic chime echoed through the horizon's communication systems. Aiden's fingers flew across the console, decoding the incoming message. "They're welcoming us," he announced, a grin spreading across his face. "And they're impressed by our punctuality. Apparently, some species have a hard time with interstellar navigation on their first trip." Elena couldn't help but smile. It was a small victory, but an encouraging start nonetheless. Following the transmitted instructions, Zara skillfully piloted the Horizon into one of the station's docking bays. As the airlock sealed and the bay repressurized, the 5 humans exchanged nervous glances. This was it, the moment they would make first contact with alien life. The airlock door slid open with a soft hiss, revealing a welcoming committee unlike anything they could have imagined. 3 alien beings stood before them, each wildly different from the others. The first was tall and slender, with iridescent skin that seemed to shimmer with every movement. 4 arms extended from its torso, each ending in delicate, multi-jointed fingers. Its large, almond-shaped eyes regarded the humans with unmistakable curiosity. Beside it stood a being that appeared to be made entirely of interlocking crystalline structures, constantly shifting and realigning. It had no discernible face, yet the humans felt its attention focused keenly upon them. The third alien was the most surprising of all, a swirling mass of what looked like luminescent gas, somehow holding a humanoid shape. Tendrils of light pulsed rhythmically through its form, creating patterns that were almost hypnotic to watch. Aiden stepped forward, his voice steady as he greeted them in the common galactic language he had studied so diligently. To the humans' relief and pride, the aliens responded warmly, welcoming them to the Galactic Council station. As introductions were made and pleasantries exchanged, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of an extraordinary adventure. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger universe, and the possibilities that lay ahead were both thrilling and daunting. With their alien guides leading the way, Earth's ambassadors stepped onto the station proper, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them in the heart of the Galactic Council. The fate of humanity now rested in their hands, and they were determined not to let their species down. The Galactic Council. As Earth's delegation followed the alien guides through the sprawling corridors of the space station, they struggled to take in the sheer diversity of life around them. Beings of all shapes, sizes, and compositions bustled about, some recognizably bipedal, others defying easy classification. The air was filled with a cacophony of languages, clicks, whistles, and other forms of communication that Aiden could only dream of deciphering. Their guide, the iridescent 4-armed being who had introduced herself as Ambassador Zilva of the Luminari, led them to a large, circular chamber. "This is a hall of assembly," she explained, her melodic voice translating seamlessly through the advanced communication devices they had been given. "Representatives from all member species of the Galactic Council gather here to discuss matters of interstellar importance." The humans gazed in awe at the vast space before them. Tiered seating surrounded a central platform, with each section clearly designed to accommodate the unique physiologies of different alien races. Some areas were filled with what looked like anti-gravity pods, while others featured dense, swirling mists or shimmering energy fields. "Your arrival has caused quite a stir," Zilva continued, her large eyes blinking in a pattern that Aiden suspected indicated amusement. It's not often that a new species is invited to join the council. Many are eager to meet you, and some, I'm afraid, are skeptical of your readiness. Zora stepped forward, her military training evident in her confident posture. We understand that we have much to prove, Ambassador. Humanity is prepared to face whatever challenges the Council deems necessary to demonstrate our worth. The crystalline being, who had introduced itself as Kylan of the Tessera Collective, emitted a series of soft chimes that their translators interpreted as approval. A commendable attitude. You will need such resolve in the trials to come. Before the humans could inquire further about these trials, the gaseous entity, nebula of the ethereal confluence, pulsed with vibrant colors. The assembly gathers. It is time. With those words, Zenra departed, leaving the humans to contemplate the monumental task that lay before them. As they were led to their quarters, each lost in their own thoughts, they couldn't help but feel the weight of an entire planet's hopes and dreams resting squarely on their shoulders. Little did they know that their trials would not only test the limits of human capability, but would also challenge the very foundations of the Galactic Council itself. As the station's artificial night cycle began, casting the corridors in a soft, ethereal glow, Earth's ambassadors prepared themselves for the greatest challenge humanity had ever faced. The fate of their species hung in the balance, and tomorrow they would begin to write a new chapter in the cosmic story of humankind, proving our worth. The artificial dawn broke over the Galactic Council station, bathing the corridors in a soft, golden light. Earth's delegation gathered in their communal area, a mix of determination and nervous energy palpable in the air. Elena paced the room, her mind racing. We need to approach this strategically. Each of us has unique strengths. We should play to those in these trials. Zara nodded in agreement. Agreed. But we also need to be prepared for the unexpected. These trials could challenge us in ways we can't even imagine. Before they could discuss further, a chime sounded, and Ambassador Zilva's voice filled the room. Honored guests, it is time. Please follow the illuminated path to the Chamber of Trials. Exchanging glances of resolve, the 5 humans set out, following a shimmering trail of light that appeared on the floor before them. As they walked, Aiden couldn't help but marvel at the technologies surrounding them. Even their guidance systems are beyond anything we've dreamed of, he murmured. The path led them to a vast, circular chamber unlike anything they had seen before. The walls seemed to shift and change, sometimes appearing solid, other times transparent, offering glimpses of swirling nebulae and distant stars. High Arbiter Xenra stood at the center, flanked by a diverse group of alien beings, presumably the judges for their trials. Humans of Earth, Xenra's voice resonated through the chamber. Your trials begin now. Remember, these tests are not merely about success or failure, but about demonstrating the true essence of your species. The air shimmered, and suddenly the humans found themselves in what appeared to be a holographic representation of an alien world. The landscape was harsh and unforgiving, with jagged rock formations and a violently churning ocean of some silvery liquid. Your first trial, Senra announced, is the trial of wisdom. Before you is a world in crisis. Its core is unstable, threatening to tear the planet apart. You must find a way to stabilize it, but be warned, your solution must consider not only the planet itself, but the delicate ecosystem and the sentient species that call it home. Data streams appeared in the air around them, offering information about the planet's composition, its inhabitants, and the nature of the impending disaster. The humans huddled together, quickly falling into their problem-solving mode. Yuki's eyes lit up as she scanned the biological data. The native species, they have a symbiotic relationship with the planet itself. We might be able to use that. Ilan was already sketching designs in the air, the holographic environment responding to his gestures. If we could harness the energy of those silver oceans, we might be able to create a stabilizing field around the core. For hours, they worked feverishly, combining their knowledge of science, engineering, and ecology. They debated, calculated, and refined their ideas, all under the watchful eyes of the council members. Finally, Elena stepped forward to present their solution, a brilliant combination of Elon's energy-harnessing technology, Yuki's understanding of the planet's biosystem, and Aiden's insights into the native species culture. Their plan would not only stabilize the planet, but would do so in a way that would enhance the symbiotic relationship between the world and its inhabitants. As Elena finished explaining, a hush fell over the chamber. Then, to the humans' surprise and relief, approving murmurs began to ripple through the alien observers. Even Zenra's impassive face seemed to soften slightly. "You have passed the trial of wisdom," Zenra declared. "You have shown not only intelligence, but also the ability to consider complex, interconnected systems, a crucial skill for any species hoping to join the galactic community." Before the humans could fully process their success, the holographic environment shifted again. This time, they found themselves in what appeared to be a massive refugee camp, filled with beings of all descriptions, many looking injured or distressed. "The trial of compassion," Zenra intoned. "Before you is the aftermath of a terrible conflict. Your task is not to judge who was right or wrong, but to find a way to bring peace and healing to those affected." Zara stepped forward, her military experience and diplomatic training coming to the fore. "We need to establish communication first," she said. "Aiden, can you help set up a translation system?" Aiden nodded, already working on adapting their communication devices to interface with the alien technology around them. For the next several hours, the humans worked tirelessly. Yuki used her medical knowledge to set up triage stations, treating the injured with a combination of Earth medicine and alien technology. Elon repurposed debris to create shelter and basic infrastructure. Elena and Zara worked on mediating conflicts and establishing a fair system for resource distribution. Throughout it all, they demonstrated not just efficiency, but genuine empathy. They listened to the stories of the refugees, offered comfort where they could, and showed respect for the diverse cultures represented in the camp. As the trial came to an end, many of the holographic refugees were seen smiling, chatting with each other across species lines, and working together to improve their situation. Zenra's voice broke the silence. "You have passed the trial of compassion. You have shown that humanity is capable of empathy and understanding, even in the face of extreme differences." The humans barely had time to exchange relieved glances before the environment changed once more. This time, they found themselves in what appeared to be a massive, malfunctioning space station. "The trial of innovation," Zenra announced. "This station's systems are failing. You must find a way to repair it using only the resources available on board. But be warned, your solution must not only fix the immediate problem, but also improve the station's long-term sustainability." Elon's eyes lit up at this challenge. "This is where we show them what humanity is really capable of," he said, a grin spreading across his face. For the next several hours, the humans threw themselves into the problem. They repurposed equipment in ways its designers had never intended, created new alloys by combining seemingly incompatible materials, and even managed to set up a rudimentary AI system to help manage the station's resources more efficiently. Throughout the trial, they showcased humanity's greatest strengths: adaptability, creativity, and the ability to think outside the box. They made mistakes, certainly, but they learned from each one, iterating and improving their designs rapidly. As the final pieces of their solution fell into place and the holographic station hummed back to life, more efficient and stable than ever before, a wave of excitement passed through the observing council members. Fenrir stepped forward, and for the first time, the humans saw what might have been a smile on the High Arbiter's face. "You have passed the trial of innovation. More than that, you have exceeded our expectations in ways we could not have anticipated." The holographic environments faded away, leaving the humans standing once more in the chamber of trials. They were exhausted, but elated. Fenrir addressed not just the humans now, but the entire gathered council. "Members of the Galactic Council, we have witnessed something extraordinary today. The humans have not only passed their trials, but they have done so in a manner that I believe will bring new vitality to our cosmic community. Turning back to the Earth delegation, Zenra's voice softened. Humanity has proven its worth. You have demonstrated wisdom, compassion, and innovation in equal measure. It is my great pleasure to welcome Earth as the newest member of the Galactic Council. The chamber erupted in cheers and a cacophony of alien sounds that the humans could only interpret as celebration. As ambassadors from various species crowded around to congratulate them, the 5 humans shared a moment of profound joy and pride. They had done it. They had proven humanity's worth to the galaxy. As the celebration continued around them, Elena found a quiet moment to send a message back to Earth. To all the people of our home planet, she began, her voice thick with emotion. Today marks the beginning of a new era for humanity. We are no longer alone in the cosmos. We are part of something greater, a community of worlds and species beyond our wildest dreams. And we have so much yet to learn and so much to contribute. As Elena's message was received on Earth, sparking worldwide celebration, the 5 human ambassadors stood tall among their new alien peers. They had taken the first steps into a larger universe, proving that humanity, for all its flaws and struggles, had earned its place among the stars. The adventure was only beginning. As if on cue, the chamber began to fill with an astounding array of alien life forms. Some floated in on anti-gravity platforms, others slithered or crawled, while still others seemed to materialize out of thin air. The humans found themselves at the center of intense scrutiny, feeling the weight of countless alien gazes upon them. A hush fell over the assembly as a towering figure entered the chamber. Standing easily 4 meters tall, with skin that seemed to ripple with the colors of deep space, the being radiated an aura of ancient wisdom and unimaginable power. Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, Zilva announced, her voice carrying effortlessly through the vast space, I present to you the delegation from Earth, newest candidates for membership in our cosmic community. The towering figure stepped forward, its voice resonating not just in their ears, but seemingly in their very minds. I am High Arbiter Xenra, Overseer of the Galactic Council. Humans of Earth, you stand at a crossroads. Your species has shown great potential, but also great capacity for destruction. Before you can be welcomed into the galactic community, you must prove that you are ready for the responsibilities that come with such knowledge and power. Elena felt a chill run down her spine at the High Arbiter's words. She stepped forward, her voice steady despite her racing heart. High Arbiter, esteemed members of the Council, we are honored to be here. Humanity has indeed made many mistakes in its history, but we have also shown a remarkable capacity for growth, innovation, and compassion. We stand ready to demonstrate our worth and to learn from the collective wisdom gathered here. A murmur rippled through the assembly, some approving, others skeptical. Sendra's gaze seemed to pierce right through Elena, as if examining not just her words, but the very essence of her being. Fine words, came a gravelly voice from one of the upper tiers. A being that looked like a cross between a reptile and an insect leaned forward, its compound eyes glittering. But words mean little. The humans must be tested. Agreements echoed throughout the chamber, and Elena exchanged worried glances with her teammates. What kind of test could an advanced galactic civilization devise, and how could humanity possibly measure up? High Arbiter Xenra raised a hand, instantly silencing the chamber. Indeed, Councillor Zexitor, the humans shall be tested. But let us not forget that every species here once stood where they stand now. We must judge fairly and without prejudice. Turning back to the human delegation, Xenra continued, you will face 3 trials, each designed to test different aspects of your species' capabilities and character. The trial of wisdom, the trial of compassion, and the trial of innovation. Your performance in these trials will determine whether humanity is deemed ready to join the galactic community. The humans felt a mix of anticipation and trepidation. They had come prepared to showcase the best of humanity, but these trials sounded far more challenging than anything they had anticipated. Elon, Ever the problem solver, stepped forward. High Arbiter, might we know more about the nature of these trials? We wish to represent our species to the best of our abilities. Senra's expression was unreadable, but there was a hint of approval in their voice. A fair question, Elon Carver. The trials are unique to each species, tailored to challenge your specific strengths and probe your weaknesses. To reveal more would defeat their purpose. You must face them as you face the unknown reaches of space, with courage, adaptability, and the unique ingenuity that has brought your kind this far. As the assembly murmured in agreement, the human delegation huddled together, a mix of excitement and nerves evident on their faces. Well, Yuki said with a nervous laugh, I guess this is where the real challenge begins. Zara nodded, her expression determined. Whatever these trials throw at us, we face them together. For Earth. For Earth, the others echoed, their voices filled with resolve. As the assembly began to disperse, High Arbiter Senra approached the human delegation. Rest now, I said, that a voice somehow both gentle and commanding. Your trials begin at the rising of the nearby star. May you find within yourselves a strength to overcome the challenges ahead, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of all life in this vast cosmos.